Good morning from just outside of Las Cruces, New Mexico at the Organ Mountains National Monument. I'm getting ready to attempt the Organ Needle, which is the high point on the right. It looks lower than the other ones, but it's just further back. That high point on the right is Organ Needle. It's right around 9,000 feet, just a little bit less. So I'm gonna get ready to start up there. I'll probably start with the flashlight here, just do what I can on the road, and then hopefully by that time I'll be light enough to get a good sense where I'm going anyway. Okay, I just passed through this green gate here, which is one of the notable landmarks. Up there is the summit. So I'm gonna be on this road for at least another 1.2 miles. And then I'll basically enter the second canyon, follow that up, and then right at the top, and then there'll be another canyon I enter closer to the top, and then it'll go up to the point between the summit and the other prominent point sticking out on the right, which is a little bit lower. All right, well, I'm gonna get a little water and keep moving then, make it as far as I can on the road, and then just take my time and make sure I'm going in the right direction. Getting up a bit higher now. Maybe 3/4 to half a mile or so left on the road here. I'm on what's called Modoc Mine Road, and if you're coming from University Avenue in Las Cruces, it turns into Dripping Springs Road, and then you turn onto Baylor Canyon Road, which kind of runs parallel to the range, and it's the first turnoff on Baylor Canyon Road. Modoc Mine Road is the first turnoff. So there's the peak up there, there's the ridge where the road goes, and then I think I'll be on a trail after that. It's gonna go right, and I think go into that canyon there, and then up, and you'll be in that little gap there between the higher point and the prominent point on the right. Nice views here so far. Not too hot either. It's probably in the 60s or low 70s, but the wind's blowing, so it's keeping me cooler. All right, I'm gonna get up to the ridge now. Okay, I've made it up here to this first ridge. There's Las Cruces in the shadow of the mountains there. And now I have to go down for a little bit here, keep on the road up to that ridge, and then I'm supposed to take the second trail, keep going further to the southeast. All right, time to get going. And then there's the peak up there, so it is getting closer. Okay, I think I just descended and rose 3 times. The directions say the second wash, but it seems more like the 4th wash, I guess you could consider this. I think this is the Fillmore Canyon here. Those are the yellow rocks, and I'm going to be heading up in that direction there. Okay, these I'm pretty sure are the yellow rocks, which are another prominent landmark, and I'm going up into the canyon here, so I just have to follow the trail as much as I can, and then it's going to shoot up into the gap right there. I'm pretty sure that's where I'll be. Been a lot of up and downhill over the past half a mile, I guess. Okay, there are the yellow rocks. I've climbed very steeply up the side here, which is tough, but you're getting a lot more elevation in a lot less distance. Now I've come to this little rise here, and then I have to go down again. And the last thing in the world you want to do right now is go down. So I don't know if I'll be right up there or somewhere over here, but I'm definitely going to be on the left side of these rocks and then going up into the canyon further. All right, time to get moving again. I made another little descent and then climbed again. Wildflowers here are really nice, as is the rest of the vegetation. That slope over there is pretty much moss covered. Some flowers here. There's a few more down here. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to be heading up in this direction. And I'll get to the next saddle, and then it'll be 1,300 feet of climbing from there. Okay, I've reached what's called Juniper Saddle. It's around 7,690, and then the top is 8,990. There it is, the top up there, that's the summit. I may, the instructions say even to do this too, go up here and check it out. So maybe I'll just do that, just to kind of see where I'm going. I don't want to go in the wrong direction. Well, I'll take a little break here and then get ready for the last part of the climb. Okay, there's the saddle down there where I just came from, and made it up to this little cool area here. There's a waterfall there. So I have to continue up in this direction, and then I think I'm going to make a turn to the left, and then I'll hit what's called Dark Canyon up there, and that'll take me to the south and then further past the summit, and then I'll climb up the backside, the east side. This is the pine tree that I could see from below. I don't think I'm really at the start of this Dark Canyon yet. I think the actual true entrance to the canyon is a little further up. It's been very steep with a few level sections here and there. And up there is the summit. I'm heading off to the right of the summit, and then that's Dark Canyon up there, and then it'll be a little ways onto the back side of the summit and then climb up from the back. Now the last part of the climb is a 25-foot rock wall. Basically, I'm not sure. I'm gonna just kind of see what it looks like when I get there. I have a rope with me. My only concern is, will I have a place at the top to tie the rope onto? So I'll just see. If I don't feel comfortable with summiting the final part, I'm not going to. I'm gonna just make sure I'm safe. The only thing is, if anybody else catches up to me, if there is anybody else coming, I'd feel better that way. There are some cars way down there in the parking lot. There's one parking lot there. There's another parking lot a little further to the right. I see some cars parked down there, so there could possibly be some people coming up, but it may be a while if they are. Nobody yet? I have no idea if anyone's ahead of me. I kind of doubt it. Okay, I made it to the top of Dark Canyon. This is called Dark Saddle, just a little flat area right here, and then it descends really far down on this side too. So I have to just go down a little ways over to the left, and then I'm going to climb somewhere up there, and then up the backside of Oregon Needle. The summit is right up there somewhere, maybe a little beyond there. But it looks clear, sky is perfect, so I don't think I'll have any throat storms. The whole thing is just seeing what this climb looks like and whether or not I think I can possibly do it. If not, I'm not even chancing it. This is a good enough accomplishment right here. That was a great climb. But let me go a little further and just see what I think. Beautiful views from up here for sure. Okay, this is the view from the summit of the Oregon Needle. I think it's 8,980 or 90, right around there. Those other summits over there aren't too much lower than this one. It's tough to negotiate up here. It's steep on all sides. I'm gonna just be careful, kind of pan it around, but it's facing north. And then this is east here. It's windy up here, but not bad. A little breeze. Yeah, the final move was a little bit lower than I thought it was going to be. And then there was a rope. I don't think I would have made it without the rope already attached, but it seemed pretty sturdy, and I knew I only had to use it for maybe one or two steps, and then I could grab on and just do the rest of it without the rope. Yeah, there's nobody up here. I don't know if anyone's gonna be coming up either. We'll see. I'm not sure what time it is. I'm gonna have to check my time. I've been up here for about 4 or 5 minutes already. Another kind of hard to believe that I actually made this here. Surprised. Over there are the Franklin Mountains, which I climbed yesterday. So that's the Franklin Mountains. It's pretty hazy out on the horizon. It's even closer. So the views, I mean, the views are pretty awesome, but it's not clear by any means. Yeah, so there was really only one section that was tough, and I actually went the wrong way at first. I was starting up another gully and it was just too steep. I said, there's no way I can do this. I went down a little lower and thought maybe this is it, and that turned out to be the right one. And then when I noticed that there were a couple rock cairns and then the rope, I knew that was it. I'm not going to stay here too long. I'm going to get started back down. I should make good time on the way down and just be careful where I have to, but otherwise try to push it as much as possible. Anyway, there's Las Cruces out there. So there's a few areas there you can park and start up, and then I parked actually over there. Let me zoom in here. That's the Modoc Mine Road. Actually right here is I parked right around there. Camped out there last night. You can kind of see the road as it works its way up to the base of the mountains. For the most part, the instructions that I have are pretty good. Up here, after you left Dark Saddle and started going down on the east side, it said to hug the canyon, or to hug the cliffs on the left side of the canyon, and you should see a sign that says needle 125 feet, or needle go left, go 125 feet, turn left, and then go up. And it said it was a concrete sign, but I didn't find it at all. Luckily I found it anyway, the route up, and I don't know, the sign's gone, or it was just overgrown or worn out. Great views. I'm gonna just head back down to a little bit lower area. Climbed from over there up that side, so I'm gonna head back over there. It's still basically the summit over there too. Maybe taking a few more views and then start back down. Nice little gap here in between this section of the summit and the other, which is where the true summit is, and then the other one behind me. A ton of wildflowers up here. These are really nice. Some red ones over there, a bunch of purple ones and yellow ones. So out in this direction, you can see pretty easily the White Sands National Monument. Yeah, beyond there is Sierra Blanca Peak. Can't really pick anything out. It's just some high clouds over there and a ton of haze. And then the White Sands Missile Range down there. Yeah, these are very steep mountains, very rocky and rugged. It's a long way down there. It's very, I mean, that's probably good, I don't know, 3,000 feet kind of to those lower hills, 2,000 or 3,000 feet, maybe more, maybe less. And over here, I'm pretty sure that's Baylor Peak, what I summited yesterday. I think that is. Yeah, so that's Baylor Peak there. Yeah, it looks like it. But yeah, that summit, actually standing right on the top of the summit, was just a little, you couldn't take a wrong step really. You had a little room. It wasn't that prominent, but I definitely felt like I didn't want to stay up there for too long and didn't want to move fast at all. And then this is the other side. I guess that's kind of the face right there that you can see from below, and then this is 100-foot drop. There's the great eminence point that I was on, and it's right beyond, or I did actually go up to the summit of that too. And then the yellow rocks beyond it. And so those are just really far down, not much straight line distance. Okay, I think I'm going to start heading back. I'll maybe film one more time at the other little summit area. Actually, from right here, you can see where the stick is sticking out. That's the true summit right there. Yeah, okay, that's it from the top of Organ Needle. I summited it in about 3 hours and 20 minutes. So I'm going to try to do under 3 hours on the way back, if not faster. I think I should be faster than that, but I'm going to be careful on these steeper sections here, and then make it a little bit better time lower down. Okay, that was the rope section right there. You don't climb straight up, you actually kind of just follow this crack right here. It's really only a couple steps where you potentially need the rope. You could definitely do it without it, and I basically almost did it without it on the way down. I think I used it just for maybe 6 inches of free fall, so to speak, but then once you're up there, you're basically pretty safe, and then it goes behind that rock and off to the left. So I left my rope, 3 solid ropes there. They're tied to a bush, but it seems pretty solid, and like I said, you really only need it for a little step. So I just have to get back down into the canyon, head up a little ways, and then I'm gonna head back down. Okay, I'm back in Dark Saddle and getting ready to go back down through Dark Canyon. Okay, I'm back at the Lone Pine Tree here. Just got down through Dark Canyon, and then there's the summit right there. So I've come down a good ways already, and now it's time to head back to the Juniper saddle. Can't really see it from here. And then back down on the side of the cliffs, the Gray Eminence it was called. And the trail has been easy to find on the way down. It's no problem. So should be a nice controlled descent as quickly as possible. Okay, I'm back on Juniper saddle. There's the summit up there again. And I'll be heading back right down here where the path is, and then off to the left below the cliffs of that point, the Great Eminence right there. I lost the trail a few times, but I was able to pick it back up again. The good thing about taking my time on the way up, filming here and there, is I remember more of where I am. So yeah, just a little bit more of an uphill here and then back downhill. Back to the yellow rocks, and there's the needle way up there. I've come down a long way. Weather's still nice, getting warmer, and I'm in all the direct sunlight now. It's a nice little pine forest on the slopes of that mountain there. But otherwise, there aren't really too many pine trees. I only encountered maybe, I don't know, 10 at the most on this route. Maybe a few more that I didn't notice, but nothing major. There wasn't a forest of them. The Organ Needle is getting further away. I'm getting closer to my destination. I'm on this little ridge right here. Looks like that might be the mine right there. Maybe that's Modoc Mine. I'm not gonna go up there to find out. And then, so I just have to get back here. That's the last uphill climb I'll have, and then it's all downhill from there. Well, I just passed through the green gate again. Just taking a little break in the shade here. This is a nice little place to rest. There it is, the summit. Clouds are building behind it just a little bit. It'll be interesting to see if they get thicker and darker once I get back to the car. Okay, it should be about a mile, give or take a little bit here. I'm gonna push it and get back as quickly as possible. Almost done. I'll have to see what the elevation is here. Round trip probably 10 miles, give or take a little bit. Maybe 9. I took with me 3 1-liter water bottles, 32 ounces of Powerade, 2 20-ounce bottles of water, and then a few bars and a couple apples. I went through almost all the water. I have one 20-ounce bottle left, and I think a little bit of Powerade left, and that's it. So definitely prepare yourself. It was heavy carrying all that water up, but it was worth it for sure. And the rope even weighed a little bit. I left that behind up there, so hopefully the next person can make use out of that. This is the view here. Las Cruces is out there. Baylor Peak, what I did yesterday, is over there. And then these are the Oregon Mountains. So my round trip was 5 hours and 45 minutes. I got back right at noon, and I left the summit, I think, around 9:45 or 9:50. So a lot quicker on the way down, and I summited in 3 hours and 20 minutes. But that's it from here in Las Cruces, New Mexico, the Oregon Mountains. And that was the summit of the Oregon Needle, elevation almost 9,000 feet.